All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call all Yahabashim Yahushua. Shalom to the elect. Now, I seen a clip online. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick before I go to this other video. I seen a clip online, and it says, it may be an internet blackout or like a cyber attack or something. Like, you got people that made videos about this way long ago. You got Esau with this weird stuff on here, but let me keep scrolling. See if I can find the actual video again. Here you go. See, that's to avert internet apocalypse. Now, they try to say it's from a solar flare. It could be other numerous things. It could be terrorist attack or Esau doing a psyop just to see how people react. But, man, people gonna bug the fuck out when this happens. Now, this is not no event that ain't, that's impossible to happen. People trust so much in Esau's system. That's why the scripture says, flee from Babylon, man. Let me get that. The book of Micah chapter 2 verse 10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It should destroy you even with a sword of destruction. Now it's talking about the place that we're in now. But even if you, just say you leave physically, you go somewhere else in the world, Esau got access to all type of shit around the world. So like the scriptures say in the book of Job, earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Esau control a lot of shit in the world. But this is talking about, when it says depart, it's talking about mentally. Don't let your mind be too attached to this society, man, because this society will have you worrying about the wrong shit. Unnecessary shit. Like, for example, everybody been talking about that submarine shit. Nobody been talking about how Putin and NATO and them moving nuclear subs around. And when they use them nukes, they gonna be in bunkers and shit. Or up in the space station or some shit. In the space hotel. The average everyday civilians the ones that's gonna have to taste the wrath of that. But people not talking about that, man. So you can't get too mentally attached to this place worrying about dumb shit. Getting brainwashed or getting manipulated and all that. So you have to rise and depart mentally, because it's not your rest, man. No matter how much money you make, no matter what type of position you get in, all that stuff, man. Let me see. I want to get something else out of this chapter right here. No, that's it on that one. Let me see what other precept I want to get. While I'm looking for this, let me just speak on it. Like, when this shit hit the fan, man, people gonna bug out because they attach to everything. Your cell phone, just like now when we making these scriptures on the cell phone. The main thing I use this phone for is business, talk to my women and family members, and the research stuff, see what's going on in the news and stuff like that. Other than that, most people don't think like that. They use a TikTok. They wasting time. Why they call that shit TikTok? They always on Instagram. They always doing this and doing that. Not productive or looking up stuff, how to be resourceful when it's time comes. Because, man, it's going to come. Like, I was talking to some young brothers about some stuff. I'm like, the main stuff that's going to be valuable is knowledge and wisdom. And the person that got that knowledge and wisdom, because you got to know how to apply it. And some other things. There's certain things I mentioned I ain't going to say in the video, because I know how Esau like to twist and mix shit up. But the main thing that's going to be valuable, man, you got to ultimately have that knowledge and wisdom and understanding from your Yahabashim Yahushua, so you be able to maneuver and you don't bug out. You have a peace of mind. So you argue when you get alienated or you seem like you're alone, you be in solitude a lot. That's for your benefit, man. That's not for your destruction. Your destruction will come having too many friends, too many people around you that can tell on you. Too many people that can turn against you. The women, even the women that go against you, man. And women, one thing about women in this society, they hate a righteous man, man. You try to be righteous and balanced and you live your life applying these scriptures and you be at peace and all that. They like toxicness. They like chaos, drama. So when you be alone a lot, man, take that time, call on Yahweh Shem Shah, send them prayers up, ask for what you need to ask for, give thanks, you know, get built up in the spirit. Because let me let this video play, man. I was gonna pull some more presets out of that, but when this happened, man, you gotta think what it's connected to. It's connected to our phones for one, so communication gonna be super limited unless you got walkie-talkies or some shit, but that shit might not even work because each one might scramble the lines. So you're gonna have to know people routines and know locations. Hey, a lot of people don't know how to get around without GPS. That's gonna be out. So motherfuckers just gonna be lost and not know where the fuck to go at. Banks, you ain't gonna be able to withdraw no money because that's hooked up to the internet. And it's another video I want to pull after this too to line up with this. Let's see, what else? The internet. Even if you do got cash on hand, when you go use registers at a restaurant or a grocery store or whatever, you ain't gonna be able to use that shit. Because they ain't gonna be wanting to take no cash anyway because they gotta put everything in digitally. The system been set up like this on purpose so Esau can come in with that charagma, that badge of servitude, and that's what's gonna happen. Now, let me let this play.
Hey, I'm a Palm Springs hotel. I got the desert air, sun-kissed pools, and
when you go out, this is how most people be. Hold on, Salaki. Say people can't even go a couple hours without this shit. Imagine days without it. Hold on. Can't go a couple hours without the internet. Imagine days and years without it. People gonna bug the fuck out. Solar storm, but see, they mentioned something else. They weren't just no solar storm. They mentioned something about cyber threats. Esau's such a fucking devil. They talking about they send this probe out and they got close to the surface of the sun. No, the fuck it didn't. They talk about when they send probes out to Venus and shit and how shit burn up and Mercury and shit like that. So, hey, look, Esau a fucking devil. But that's how they be. That's what the devil means, deceiver. El Diablo, deceiver. That's what they do. They ain't gonna put just the full truth out there. They probably send some shit out in that shit disintegrated. They ain't gonna tell you all that. Now let me go back to this other video. That's what I wanted to see. Now, people have
welcome back. A growing number.
Because motherfuckers, especially when I remember when the pandemic started, Man, a lot of people, they couldn't be alone. People was bugging out. People arguing with their family members. Just a whole bunch of nonsense because people wasn't mentally preparing themselves. That's why you arguing when you came into the truth at the time you did. That was right on time for you to get prepared for all these events that's going to take place, because there's more stuff to happen, man. Soon as it seems like everything gonna calm and cool, that's when you should be on high alert, because that's when stuff be right around the corner.
Americans say they feel alone, especially young Americans.
Now,
This week.
let me get this preset real quick. It's like I'm going off topic a little bit, but that's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 6. Now, I was talking about this earlier, too. It says, ask ye now, and see whether doth the man travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Why? Because of these type of events that's going to take place. Now, verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So this ain't happened yet, man, because there's been all type of shit that's going to happen throughout history. You read all the stories about slavery and different captivities, and when people was getting lynched, and you had people getting tarred and burnt to death, and all type of stuff throughout history, man. This time, this go round, because this the last go round for us. It's going to be like no other, man. Now, a lot of people, they don't like to hear this because they be like, man, people been saying that it ain't going to happen and all that, man. Look, just like I mentioned in the book of Ezekiel, they talk about that. People say that, oh, y'all been saying that for years. They've been preaching that for years, and it still ain't happened yet. Man, look, man, if you can't see what's happening right now, the Most High got you blind, and he going to wake your ass up when it come time to. And you're going to look, and it's going to be at the last minute. You're like, damn, I heard them guys talking about this, or I heard this man talking about that. Or I seen that news clip, I seen that video. It said it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. We're talking about the he is talking about the elect out of Jacob, also known as Israel. That's what it's talking about. Because everybody not going to be saved out of it, especially on the first go around. Now, all of Israel as a whole, yeah, the kingdom is ours. But on the first go around, just like the Exodus, only, I want to say what, Joshua and Caleb made it on the first go around during the Exodus, and it only take a certain amount of men to repopulate the nation. So what more then, what more now? Now, let's see what else on there. Let me let this video play.
Week is Loneliness Awareness Week, and
So,
many
hey,
of
you
us
gotta
may
keep in
not
mind,
realize.
if it say men gonna be travailing like a woman with a child, imagine when a woman, she get ready to have a baby giving birth, stomach hurting and all that shit. But men gonna be like that, man. You women, y'all gonna be completely bugging the fuck out. Y'all be talking shit and looking down on man not shit, man not this and that. That's fucked up, because a lot of that stuff, hey, this fucking internet system that was built was created by man. So, hey, either way it go, you need your men. You need men. A lot of these dudes not men. Those gonna be the ones that's gonna be travailing like a woman with a child. But the other men, on the contrary, which I get in these precepts, those are the ones that's gonna be cool with all this shit going on.
The feeling of social isolation deeply impact people around us. In 2020, 79% of adults under age 30.
Now look at this image right here. And a lot of women 2 times as lonely because they want to put these jobs over every goddamn thing. Oh, I don't need no nigga. I don't need no man. I'm focused on my career. Then when shit hit the fan, or when they get to that point to where, let me see. When they get to that point to where now they don't have these fucking kids and shit, and niggas don't want them no more, then they want to settle down and like, no, that shit don't work like that. They want a nigga to come primed and shining and shit. Whole time they got a bunch of rust, and that's how that shit be though. Let me see what preacher long again. Now, I know women do listen to some of these videos and all that stuff too. All women not gonna be in that nigga woman spirit, going against the man and all that shit. You got some women that's gonna be peaceful and deal with a man in a decent manner. But the ones that's not though, man, y'all just gonna be left out here, man. And men gonna have the pick of the litter. It ain't gonna be like how you women, y'all had the pick of the litter. Y'all be posting thirst traps and all that shit online. You got 1,000 niggas at your whim that you could pick through. No, that shit going out the window. Shit gonna start returning to its rightful order as it's been doing. Or you see men returning to their heritage and breaking down these precepts, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, speaking these different languages, speaking in tongues, and carrying themselves a certain way. And people know, because they'll come up to you and they'll say, like, it's something different about you. They'll hear you speaking about certain stuff, and then they actually really want to inquire more, because they know, like, oh, yeah, I ain't know this. Let me listen, or let me ask. Or what you think about this? What should I do about this? And that's that knowledge and that wisdom, man. And call all Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for that. And to Wali Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for being able to share these words and actually warn some people, because some people do need a warning. And some people end up getting cut with the scriptures, because they be like, I ain't trying to listen to that nigga. Who that nigga think he is? Hey, I ain't write this. I'm just interpreting it. Now, this the book of Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25, it says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. You're gonna say, hey, you're gonna see a lot of women just like this, lonely as fuck, don't know what to do through. And when you go up, hey, it says Judah's woman denounced. You read the book of Isaiah chapter 3, see your pastors and all the other so-called scholars and all that, they be scared to tell women this type of stuff and teach them and let them know, like, you fucking up. Like, you doing shit you shouldn't be doing, or you moving wrong or whatever. Because they so pussified and they not used to getting women, so they try to please women all the goddamn time. You can't please a woman all the time. A woman can't even please herself all the goddamn time. So what more are you? But this right here, it shows what women is talking about. We're talking about going to all these precepts. Right here in verse 17, it says, therefore the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover the secret parts. A lot of women can't grow no hair, man. Their hair messed up, or they got hair falling out and shit. Edge is gone, just all type of different shit. They're talking about the women of our nation. You're going to take away that bold bravery, them ornaments, and all that shit they be wearing. Clothes, chains, bracelets, the bonnets. That's one of the main things right there. Them damn bonnets. Women wear them bonnets more than they wear their fucking own hair. The nose jewels, the ring, all this stuff, man. And one of the main things hold on, let me go back. One of the main things that's going to cause that is that internet going down, the Esau rolling out where they want to roll out. Now it says, Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1, it says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name, and to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious. And see, a lot of women read this scripture too, or they hear somebody read it and be like, oh, y'all niggas just want a bunch of women. I ain't sharing no man. Look, that's cool. You ain't gonna do it. But it's gonna be women that's gonna come to their senses and realize, like, hold the fuck up. We outnumber. Speaking on the women gonna say we outnumber the men, and I got my friends or they homegirls, whatever, and they're gonna bring them along. And if they acting right, a righteous man gonna gather them up, make sure they safe. When he go out and go gather food, it ain't gonna just be for himself. It's gonna be for them too. If they may have a kid or two, whatever scenario may be, gonna make sure they good. Whatever the scenario is, man, the Most High gonna set it up in all type of ways. There's endless possibilities with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I was just speaking on random things that I can think of. It's in the verse 2, it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. And that's talking about the elect, once again, because only certain people going to be able to escape this judgment, man. Book of Isaiah says, 4 verse 3, it says, and it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy,